Today at Commander Replay, we check out Aurelia Weapons of War Theros Beyond Death updates. Which cards got added? Which cards got deleted? Find out next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. We have one new Patreon supporter in Ryan Ward. Ryan, you are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. And be sure to use the TCG affiliate player link as it helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Be sure to stick around for a full wrap-up after Game 3, and be sure to check out the updated deck list at the tapped out link below. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Aurelia the Warleader Weapons of War today. Take a look at this opening hand. It's fine, but it doesn't have equipments or white mana. I think that's a reason to take the free mulligan. Right here. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad one. Looks like we're going to 6. Probably not going to get some... Oh, there's a Thassa. Oh, Thassa is so bad for this deck. Gonna have to mulligan again. God forbid the second one can be keepable. Okay, this is a keepable hand. What are we getting rid of? We have 2 bits of card draw, Sunforger for the late game. Open the armory? Yeah, we have all the things we need, right? The only thing we don't have is Feast and Famine, so that seems fine to me. Hopefully draw into a creature eventually. So I'm playing Aurelia the Warleader, a commander you've probably seen on this channel once or twice, and doing the old Theros Beyond Death update for this deck. Testing out some stuff still, got a lot of things I've been testing. I've actually got about 10 cards in testing for multiple versions of Aurelia right now. Oh, there's Sword of the Animist, that's a good one. Play the Bloodstained Mire, crack the Bloodstained Mire, get a Plateau. Nothing going on 1 mana right here. Anyway, so new to this deck is Shadow Spear, one that I'm very excited about. Looks very, very good. We've also got Fervent Champion. This one I'm testing out. I'm not so sure on this one yet. We'll see. That equip abilities you activate to Fervent Champion 3 less, pretty good. Get some stuff on there pretty quickly. Like if we draw one in our next turn, that would actually be pretty solid. The question that I have about it is it good after turn 3 or 4? Like, is it still good late in the game? I don't know the answer to that yet. So that's one that I'm testing out. Rogue's Gloves are a somewhat recent addition to the deck, not specifically with this set, but I've been starting to use them more. Because I notice there's a vast difference between games where you have Mask of Memory or Fire and Ice and games where you don't. So Rogue's Gloves kind of filling in as the third best option right there. You know, and there's some other things. You could run Commune with Lava in that slot as well. While I was... Ooh, Mana Crypt Day. While I was talking, the only thing that came down was more lands and a Priest of Titania from the Karametra opponent. But with all of that, let us play this Sacred Foundry. Play the Mana Crypt. Play Sword of the Animist, play Mask of Memory, and hope we draw a creature at some point. You know, the one thing that's in my mind right now is Heliod's Intervention is a card that I also added to this deck, and Karametra or Ramos could be playing it, and we just played a lot of artifacts. As good as Heliod's Intervention is, I think it's also going to be really bad when someone else has one. That's the type of card that can just, like, blow me out in this type of deck, so it's a little scary. And so I put Heliod's Intervention in the Wear Tear spot. Wear Tear may be relegated to, like, sideboards or kind of a thing of the past now with Heliod's Intervention. I'm still going strong on Return to Dust. I love Return to Dust. I always prefer the freedom of targeting as opposed to the freedom of timing. Personally, Crush Contraband, still a very good card. A little bit cheaper budget-wise than Return to Dust, but I still just like Return to Dust the best. Sometimes you need to hit 2 enchantments, and Return to Dust does that for you. So, still in that one. What else? Backdraft Hellkite, another newish one from the Commander set last year. I just haven't had a chance to, like, resolve it yet. I don't play this deck all the time anymore, though I just rebuilt it in paper a couple weeks ago, and gotten 1 or 2 games in with it, but it's still missing a bunch of pieces. It's not the complete full power build like this one is. I'm basically missing all the expensive stuff. Fire and Ice, Feast and Famine. Don't have Hammer and Nazan for that one, so, you know. It's not quite the same deck without those cards. I think I was Stoneforge Mystic in that deck, but, you know, you get the idea. Oh my, a bunch of things happened while I was talking over there. Okay, so Karametra used the Priest of Titania, plays an Arbor Elf and an Oracle of Moldiah. Shows a land on top. Looks like they got an additional land play off of that, so they are up to 4 lands. It's pretty good. We need to catch... What do we need to draw? A creature would be good. Another color-producing land would be good. That gets us to Aurelia eventually. A lot of things that could be bad in that time, but, you know. Fervent Champion, now's the time. Come on. Get all these bad boys on there. Probably get a Fire and Ice on there, too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Take a peek back while we're waiting over here, and I think that's it. There's a couple other things I was trying to get tested out too. Tectonic Giant. Looks pretty interesting. I don't have it in this build. I had it in another build that I was testing. Those abilities look solid to me, so it's one that I'd like to see for sure. Don't know that it goes in the equipment build per se. The equipment build is like really tight on deck slots, and as good as it is, I just don't know if it's necessary, but it still looks very cool. In a more creature-heavy build, I think it's going to find a nice home, though. Beyond that, I've got maybe about 8 or so other cards that I've been testing. Hate Mirage. I'll bring that one up because most of you probably have no idea what that one is, but Hate Mirage I've been testing in one of my other builds, and it's actually been pretty good. So you choose up to 2 creatures you don't control, create a token copy of those creatures, they have haste, exile them at the next end step, which means early in a game you're probably just copying Solemn Simulacrums, mana creatures, things like that. Late in a game you can copy big stuff and get in big damage, or, you know, whatever the best things on board are, copy those, and if Aurelia's in play, you're hitting with them twice. It's been playing really well. So far I've only seen it in the early game, but copying the mana creatures is really, really good. So that's one that I want to see more of, and oh man, it's gonna be so tight if I have to try to work it into this deck. Like even if if we copied Oracle of Moldiah for a turn, that could potentially be really good. Let's go tails in this mana crit. I lost the flip. Come on, big draw. It's a Spine Rock Knoll. It's colored mana. Gets us to Aurelia. Play the Spine Rock Knoll. Many things. By the time we get to Spine Rock Knoll, what do we need? This we'll keep in the deck for Sunforger. Generous Gift is reasonable. Backdraft Hellkite is cool, though we don't have any instants or sorceries in the graveyard yet, so thinking Generous Gift, honestly, just because when that comes down, we'll probably need some removal. Definitely could have cast the Sword of Fire and Ice right there, but we're like already pretty overcommitted on artifacts and enchantments, and I don't know. Ooh, you know what, though? This is a Primal Surge Karametra deck. I wish I could rewind this. So, Champ said they're playing Primal Surge, which means no Heliod's Intervention in that deck. Most of the things they use to blow up artifacts are going to be, it's probably all going to be creatures. So, those generally go one at a time, other than, like, Terastodon. Here comes an Aether Adept. I'd say bounce the Priest, and, okay, going to bounce the Oracle. Still a 4-mana play. It's fine. Slows him down just a bit. Aether Adept going to be bad when Thassa comes down next turn. That's going to change our plays. So now we need to get the Fire and Ice, and we need to get whatever creature we play protected. Love to see a small creature right here. Here comes Karametra. Yep. Here comes Sylvan Library. Oh, that friggin' card. This card is so broken. If you want to talk about why green is the best color, it's because it has cards like this. Blatant color pie break. There is just no other card that does what this does. And especially at 2 mana. So Ramos looks like it's on curses. We've got 1 curse on us from last turn. It's the Curse of Disturbance. Whenever a player attacks us, they'll get a 2/2. And now the Torment of Scarabs. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice non-land permanent or discard a card. I'll pay the life. Mana Crypt on us. Tails. Won the flip. Soul Ring. Does Soul Ring help? No, because we still need to get the Fire and Ice into play. So play the Soul Ring. I'm going to do the thing that you should never do. I'm just going to empty our hand and... Actually, no. I might still hold back the... We could cast Sunforger. It's a thing we could do. I'm going to hold back Sunforger. Holding back Sunforger is a good idea. We got Generous Gift under Spine Rock Knoll. If someone takes a hit for 7, then could potentially Generous Gift something. Here comes Thassa. Yep. So it gets a Thassa end step trigger. Going to blink that Aether Adept. I faced this deck from Glenn the other day. It is really frustrating to play against because all these little value creatures, things that draw cards, things that bounce stuff, super annoying. Thassa, pretty hard to get rid of. That's you're talking basically Crush Contraband, Return to Dust, if it's not in creature form. Suppose you could use a Chaos Warp also, but it's just not a lot of ways to interact with it. And it just sits there, keeps generating value all game. The thing is, too, is that it doesn't kill you particularly quickly, so you're just, like, watching them grind out value, and then they're 20 cards ahead of you, and you're just like, oh. Now, in that game, I also had, like, some trouble with my lands, which this game we're mulliganed. If we can get 2 hits off with this Fire and Ice, I'm going to feel a lot better about life. Here comes the Priest of Titania back to play. Karametra will trigger. So another thing I've been working on, too, and I use working on loosely, but thinking about a lot, is the inclusion of some amount of stacks to this deck. Right now, God Pharaoh Statue is an absurdly powerful card, and it's really good at stopping opponents from having that big turn or really doing a lot of anything. It makes it so tough for them to play. They need removal for that God Pharaoh statue. Like all the stuff going on right now, if we had God Pharaohs in play, they play one card. They basically play one card a turn, and it stops all this nonsense. So that's a card that I've been eyeing heavily. Right now I've got Winter Orb in the deck, which is like the more extreme version of that, really shuts things down. And that's, Winter Orb's a pretty hardcore card, but these are pretty hardcore times. Most games are like, people are threatening to win on turn 6 or turn 7. They don't always, but we're on turn 5, and this is a Primal Surge Karametra deck. How far away are they? Here comes a White Mane Lion. They've got a Sun Titan on top of their library. Here comes Arbor Elf, a land on top. Ooh, and they've got Amulet of Vigor. Yeah, they need to take some removal. That's what needs to happen. Karametra now a creature. We're definitely going to get attack with it. Oh, going to send it over to Thassa. Cool. Opponent could have gotten themselves a 2/2. Opponent takes a hit for 6. Unfortunately, not enough to activate the Spine Rocknull. Here comes Curse of Inertia. Whenever enchanted player attacks, that player may tap or untap target permanent of their choice. It's not amazing. Brings us back to our turn. Torment of Scarabs, Mana Crypt, lose 3 life. Mana Crypt, Tails, won the flip. Sun Titan, you say? We have a fetch land in the graveyard. That's, a good place to be. But Sun Titan going to be a little bit slow, I think. I think it's just Aurelia time. Sun Titan next turn, probably. Sword of Fire and Ice on Aurelia. Definitely got to hit the Surge player. They are pretty far ahead. Can't wait to get these draws. If we can attack next turn, if we don't get disrupted this turn, and can get all of these equipments going, it's going to be really good. So definitely shoot the Priest of Titania. Draw a Great Furnace. Same thing again. Opponent's up to 10 Commander, down to 26 life. Shoot the Oracle of Moldiah. There's an Arch of Oriska. Let's play this Great Furnace, equip the Mask of Memory, and pass turn. So the thing with the Karametra Surge player is they always have it. They have 3 cards in hand in a Sylvan Library, so they're going to look at, 6 cards? Next turn, and they have it. You just have to assume that they have it all of the time. Here comes a Vendilion Click. That's a good way to find out if they have it. Revealed card was an Avacyn. Oh my. Ooh, opponent can Vendilion Click again? The end step seems bad. Ether Adept over to the Ramos opponent. Thassa end step trigger. See what they go with. Could bounce a thing or do the hand thing. Gonna go for the Vendilion Click. Bet we're losing something. They go with themselves? Nope, gonna target us. Which one do they want? Sun Titan or Sunforger? Both are good. They go for the Sunforger. Don't want any part of that. Champ said he had artifact removal, which, if we see it right here, means that we might be on Sun Titan. Here comes Kasali Pride Mage. Yeah, that's a good one. Only gets one thing, but the Sword of Fire and Ice really important right now. Yep, just going to go ahead and blow that up. That makes... that's actually really good, because now we can Sun Titan that back to play. That works out. 2 mana open from the Thassa. Gotta watch out for a counterspell. Ooh, Dragonlord Dramoka is a card. 5/7. It's pretty large. Pretty large. Oh, Shalai. Ooh, that's gonna make it harder to get through. I was gonna plan some nonsense where we Sun Titan, get the Fire and Ice back, and then shoot the this thing have hexproof? No, it doesn't have hexproof, and then try to at least put some damage on the Dragonlord first, and then if we have Duelist Heritage in play, which I don't know if we have mana to do all this, but if we did, Karametra coming in our way. Yep, that's unfortunate. Both curses going to trigger. Opponent's gonna tap down Thassa, looks like. Rogaku gets a zombie. Can't do much about the Karametra. Feast and Famine would be solid. Maybe a board wipe? Blasphemous Act wouldn't be terrible. Pretty nervous about a counterspell on the Sun Titan. Fraying Sanity. With Sun Titan, that's actually pretty good. We need to not get Sun Titan countered. Maybe bait with the Duelist Heritage first. Oh, our life total's bleeding. Oh man, with all the stuff that Champ's got out, he can just combat damage is a problem. We need a big play. Fraying Sanity end step trigger. Number is 0. Torment of Scarabs, Mana Crypt. Pay the life. Down to 19. Shadow Spear wouldn't be awful. Life gain would keep us in it. Let's go heads. Won the flip. Winning the flips, that's good. Swiftfoot Boots, still helpful. Still helpful. Stride Duelist Heritage, see if it gets countered. It does not. We're going to be one short of getting Fire and Ice back. Which means this turn is going to be Arch of Oriska, play the boots, equip the boots, Sword of the Animist, swing into Rogaku one time. Duelist Heritage triggers, Sword of the Animist triggers, Aurelia triggers. Use the Sword of the Animist. Get a Plains. Double Strike, Mask of Memory will trigger. Draw 2. There's the Blasphemous Act. I guess we're going to have to discard the Shadow Spear. And second hit, land Thran Dynamo. We are doing okay on ramp, honestly. Rather just keep making land drops. So discard the Thran Dynamo. Yeah, I think we're just back at Rogaku right here. Try to get all that card draw, get ourselves out of that mulligan. And so we still don't have a great way through the pile of creatures over there. Use the Sword of the Animist ability. Let's get another Plains. Mask of Memory will trigger. Savine's Reclamation and a Tithe. Do we have more land? We don't have more lands in Karametra, do we? Guess discard the Windswept Heath. And Mask of Memory hits. Opponent's down to 22. 16 Commander. Nice. There's a Hammer of Nazan. Unfortunately, won't have the mana to get that right away. Discard the Mountain. Hope this Blasphemous Act resolves. Boom goes the board. Guess we can play the Tithe right here. Get Mistveil Plains. Get normal Plains. And, ooh, we're going to get milled a bunch with the Fraying Sanity. The number is 6, which is should give us a lot of options with Sun Titan. Land Sigarda's Aid, land Enlightened Tutor, land an Ancient Tomb. So more lands, and actually glad to get the lands out of the way. So no big deal there. You have to watch out for getting milled to death. If, a Traumatize would be a problem. But, oh, we also have Savine's Reclamation. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's an Azami. Azami is incredibly strong. So here's where I'm at right here. Sun Titan on our turn. Equip the boots. I think get Sigarda's Aid with the Sun Titan. Go to combat. Get back Fire and Ice. Potentially Savine's Reclamation for Shadow Spear. Some life gain would do us good, I think. Oh, opponent's got an active Emeria. Wow, that's going to be a nightmare. Anything that blows up lands. I guess Sun Titan with Double Strike and Shadow Spear should still get us there, though. Past this Dramoka. Opponent paying some life for some cards. Teamer Sabertooth seems bad. Can basically pull all the lands out of their deck? Yeah. Does it return another creature? Another creature. So they need like a cheap creature to really make it work. I don't think they want to do that with Dramoka or with Karametra. We're wide open to a Karametra hit, though. Gotta survive. Just gotta survive. Oh, Acidic Slime! This is gonna hit something big. What does this hit? Also really bad with the Teamer Sabertooth. Gonna go for Duelist Heritage. Yeah, was counting on that one. Was counting on that one. So we have exactly enough mana, I think, to go Sun Titan, Hammer of Nazan, Savine's. Oh, True Conviction. This is gonna hurt really bad. More importantly, it takes away the advantage we kind of had on our opponent of being able to have Double Strike. I guess Hammer makes us indestructible. We can still just send it in anyway. Oh, gonna send it over to GVR. Okay. Not wanting to deal with the mono blue. Opponent's gonna gain a bunch of life. That's not great. We mill one more. It's a Swiftblade Vindicator. No real help there. Rogaku scoops it. Rogaku says he's 6 lands short and missing a color. Oh, well. Those seem like problems. There he goes. So he was kind of playing the spoiler role of, making our life miserable. But at least the curses are gone. Mana Crypt Flip on us. We need to get busy right here. Feast and Famine would probably open up some wild stuff. Goblin Engineer. Goblin Engineer also opens up some wild stuff because Goblin Engineer can find Feast and Famine. Oh my, this is going to be a turn. So we need the untapped land. Start there. We know we need that. Goblin Engineer puts either Feast and Famine or Winter Orb into the graveyard. We pay 1 to equip. We pay 1 red to use it. That's 4 total mana, which brings in either a Feast and Famine or a Winter Orb. Feast and Famine shuts off blocking from our opponent, which seems like a really big deal. How much is Aurelia? Aurelia's going to be 8. Oh, we're 1 short of doing Aurelia Feast and Famine. What about Sun Titan doesn't kill them. And importantly, they'll untap with a bunch of stuff if we do the Sun Titan Feast and Famine thing. We can't get Aurelia and Sun Titan, can we? It's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13, 8 plus 6. No, we're 1 short of that too. Okay, so we're back on our original plan. I think we go... Sun Titan could make us more mana if we needed it. Get Sun Titan. Oh, the choices are plentiful. Oh my, what if we got like Ancient Tomb right here? No, we don't really have a good follow-up though. What if we got Sunforger right here? So Goblin Engineer for 4. That puts Sunforger into play. Don't have a way to equip it. Oh, if we get... Yeah, okay, I know what we're doing. If we get Sigarda's Aid right here, before for the Goblin Engineer, which puts Sunforger into play, and then Sigarda's Aid equips it, and that leaves us with 1 to haste it and 1 to... Yeah, okay. Get Sigarda's Aid, use the ability, play Goblin Engineer, it will ETB, get Sunforger, equip Boots, activate Goblin Engineer, get Sunforger. Need to sacrifice an artifact. We'll go with the Mana Crypt. Sigarda's Aid will trigger. Put that on the Sun Titan. Use Sigarda's Aid. Move the Boots to the Sun Titan. Go to combat. I think we got to swing into Glenn right here. Sun Titan, get back. Go Shadow Spear. We could go Fire and Ice. Shadow Spear seems good. Kind of like the sound of gaining life. Fire and Ice could shoot Acidic Slime. Opponent seems to be out of tricks, though. They're out of cards, so they'll have to draw something. Yeah, tough call between Shadow Spear and Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice shoots a zombie. But I think I'm on the life gain. That'll get a free equip. We go up to 27. Opponent's down to 11, so now they could just die to, like, random stuff from Champion. Opponent's going to draw with a zombie. That's fine. Opponent's trying to conspire to take me down. Yep. Said if he counters the Boros Charm or Teferis. Actually, yeah, that's the thing we could have done. We could have just Teferis. Well, I don't like to preemptively Teferis most of the time. A thing that we could do, we could Sulphurous Blast, put Goblin Engineer into the graveyard, get it back with Sun Titan, and then get Winter Orb. And that's one way that you win a game right there. Thassa of Perfection. Champ says he doesn't think he can take me. Yeah, probably not with the Sunforger. Surge would be interesting if they hit it, because we Teferis protect so they don't kill us right away, but then there's just like a mountain of stuff that we got to deal with. And, you know, getting through that could be very difficult. Here comes Thassa of Perfection. That's, you know, that's a sweet card. I played a guy who used to play a pretty serious Baral deck, and Thassa was one of his win conditions, so Thassa's going to get a blink trigger. Blinks the Azami. Ameria. Shalai is probably the best one. Pride Mage, okay. Okay. Want to get the Sylvan Library trigger? Yep. They're at 30. Vivian Reed, is artifact and enchantment removal. So when we go to Teferis, they're going to shoot one thing. Probably the Sunforger will... you want to know what we can do? Oh, they're going to look at the top 4? Okay. Yeah, you look at the top 4. Reveals a land. Lands are fine. Gonna try to destroy the Sunforger. I'm gonna go for Teferis protection right here. I don't really want to take any chances. Just in case they have it, if they've been like slow rolling all this stuff. Where did the Teferis protection go? Oh, there's a Dramoka. That's why. Yep, okay, okay. Wrecked. This is gonna be a lot of damage. Can opponent kill us? Crap, I forgot about the Dramoka. Oh, God. All right, that's 12. That's 10. That's 22. Yeah, we probably have to feed Sun Titan to one of these creatures. If he attacks with Dramoka, we've got a Path at him in the air. He's going to return a creature. Turns the Acidic Slime. Recast the Acidic Slime. Friggin' Dramoka. What's he want to go for? Goes for the Shadow Spear, yeah. Luckily, well, yeah, we're still going to have to block with Sun Titan. Gonna blink it again. Yeah, it's so much mana. Karametra, so busted. This should be the last one this turn. Going for Sigarda's Aid. I did kind of want that one. Does he send everything? Sending everything. Okay, gotta block the big one. It's gonna be 18. Actually, can we kill the Teamer Sabertooth? It's already indestructible. Doesn't matter. Block the big one. Alright, Sunforger's in the grave. We can get Sunforger back. We still got the Goblin Engineer. Can still do work for us. But opponent's also tapped out, so we can just recast Aurelia and hit them in the face. We draw a Balin. Well, opponent's up to 45, so I think it's going to have to be commander damage right here. Play the land. Play Aurelia. Ooh, I don't know if that was right. I don't know if that was right. Just try to go for, like, Hammer of Nazan. Fire and Ice puts us one short. We could just get Duelist Heritage and try to double strike it. Hope they don't have anything. Wizards could be a problem. Oh, we can just tap our shit, yeah. Alright, we've got a problem. We have a problem. I think it's crap. We're gonna die to the blue player. How much land do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they draw another land, they tap down both of our things, come in for 11. Yeah, cool. Cool. Should have just gone Feast and Famine. Yeah. Feast and Famine would have did more, I think. Yeah, it's got to be Sigarda's 8 on Duelist Heritage. Try to take down Champ, lose to Thassa. Aurelia and Duelist Heritage will trigger. So Champ goes down, and then we're going to die to Glenn. Yep, there's the 2 he needs. See if he makes a mistake. Taps a zombie, draws a card. Tap one more, draw a card? No, you can't tap those. Make a mistake. Cycle's a wizard. We can survive, I think. Block with the Goblin Engineer. Ooh, another thing too. We can Balin, and if they tries to tap it, we can activate Balin in response to the tap trigger. There's a Merfolk Trickster. Enters the battlefield. Tap target creature an opponent controls. It loses all abilities. Which one does he tap? Aurelia, probably? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we're going to survive. Draws with the other Merfolk. Displace. Oh, no, he's going to tap the second one. Now we lose. All right. Yep. There's an austere command. So yeah, I mean, the deck played well. The question really was about this Goblin Engineer play. What do you do right there? I spent about 4.5 minutes thinking about it, like the timer was starting to come up on Magic Online, and I decided that Sunforger was going to be the best play. Forgot that Dromoka doesn't allow you to cast during their turn, so I would have needed to have Teferis in someone else's turn. And the preemptive Teferis would have been the right call right there. We untap, and then we're in great shape. Kind of lost all of our stuff. Having to block with the Sun Titan was a big problem. So, yeah, the deck gave us a good chance, and that's against a very good Karametra Surge deck that had a very good start. So, yeah, you know, I like the way it played. It just needed to make some different choices, and I think we could have got there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.